All right, everyone. Well, if you're listening to this, that means maybe you listened to the first one, maybe you'll listen to the second episode. Welcome to the Warrior 2.0 podcast. I am your host, the only one speaking, Mike Leonardi. Today's episode is titled, You Are Not Alone, but No One is Coming to Save You Except for Yourself. And it's a little bit of a long title, but it really summarizes what I think the voice of this podcast is going to be and the way that I'm going to approach this podcast and a lot of the Warrior 2.0 stuff moving forward. And I want to just have some disclosures here. Some people know me. The people that are closest to me know me in a way that maybe not everyone else does. And what that means is that there are less filters when I speak to the people that are really close to me. When I'm speaking to students in the academy and other people out there that are in the community, I'm speaking most of the time with some kind of filter. And I do that. It's not that it's not authentic. It's that I try to be mindful of certain things and not to push people away or upset people or do whatever that is. But the truth of the matter is, without those filters, my perspective on this world and how to do the things that you want to do and how to achieve the things that you want to achieve is a lot rougher and harder than the way I speak to most people. And I'm trying to change that in ways. I'm trying to be more candid and give people the hard truth on things. But what I'm trying to be mindful about at the end of the day is to lace that with empathy and compassion. Because what I've learned over a very, very long period of time is you need both. You need both. It's just the reality of it. And that's just the reality of being able to achieve the things that you want to achieve in this world is that you have to be incredibly dedicated and you have to be tough and you have to have grit and you have to be able to stand up every time you get knocked down. But you do also need compassion and empathy. You need to be easy on yourself sometimes. And that's like a difficult thing to balance. So the idea here is that the message today is that you're not alone. I want to be a part of your journey in any way that I can to help. Like that is what I'm trying to say in this podcast in particular, is that whether it's me or anyone else, right? Like everything that I say, I'm going to be a little bit harder on people. I'm going to take a little bit of a harder view on things, but it's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place where I want to see you win. Like I really, truly do. You don't have to buy anything from me. You don't have to be a student in this academy. I couldn't give a fuck where you are in this world. I truly just want people in this world to win. I want people to live happy and healthy lives. It is what drives me, okay? Now, this isn't about me, but the podcast, if you're listening, my goal is to give you as much advice, as many resources, as much support from experts, from anyone to let you know, number one, you're not alone, but number two, you're going to have to fucking do this yourself. You're going to be the one that's going to have to push yourself every single day. I'm going to be here to give you support, guidance, and all those other things. Or maybe you don't know me, hopefully you have friends in your lives that can do that. But everything that I tell you, and I'm going to be harder, but it's coming from a place of love and compassion and empathy at the end of the day. Because you need that. It's not, I've seen it the other way where people are just 100% hardline and people break down. Like there are a lot of mental health issues or people that just don't have great mental fitness. So you tell them to just get the fuck up and do it is not going to work. It's like, be the shoulder to cry on to listen to that person. But then the next step needs to be, all right, what's the fucking solution for you to move forward? And that at the end of the day, to me, is that perfect mix. Like, man, you are not alone. You should have friends. that are there for you, to listen to you, right? But those same friends, once you're done crying, once you're done airing all that thing and talking about all your insecurities and all your fears and everything else like that, a really, really good friend, the next thing they should say is, all right, let's talk about the path moving forward. Let's talk about how you're going to stand up and keep going. Because like the work still has to get done. The work still has to get done. For all the people that are hardliners, like, just get up and do the fucking work. Like, shut the fuck up. Honestly, that doesn't get anyone anywhere. You have to meet people where they are. And people are struggling. And that's okay. We all struggle. We all have stress. We all have insecurities. We all have these things. And you need friends and you need people to be able to help you through those things. But you have to do the work. You have to build the skills to work on your social emotional well-being, to work through stress, to work through anxiety, to get better at your time and energy management, to do all these things to keep moving forward, because nobody else is going to fucking do it for you. No one's coming to save you except for yourself. That's what I'm saying. But you're not alone. You're not alone in this journey. And so that is the voice of which this podcast is going to move forward. This is the voice that I'm going to try to speak as authentically as possible, because this is really me. Because I'm not like, I've done a lot of shit in my life, and I'm still a big loser and a joker and all those other things. Like, I don't take myself that seriously. But I have accomplished a lot in my life, and it's because of that. It's because nobody gives a fuck about my feelings or anything else. That's the way that I feel. And I was taught at a very young age from my father and my brothers and the people around me that you just have to work really, really fucking hard for a very, very long period of time. Really, really boring shit. Just when you feel like there's no end in sight, you have to keep going, period. And you have to find the ways to manage your stress and your anxiety and your fears and your insecurities. You need those supports to be able to mitigate all that shit and continue to move forward. It's as simple as that at the end of the day. But yet it is complex because we are complex beings. So that's what I just want to say to you today is, you know, if you're feeling like you don't have any outlets, if you're feeling alone, you need to reach out to people. Reach out to me. I'm totally here to talk, to be that support system, to help guide you. I'm a shoulder to cry on, whatever that is, right? And then I'm going to help you figure out what's the path to success, what's the path to achievement, to happiness, to health, whatever that is. That's it. That's episode 2 in a nutshell. It's just kind of sharing with you some of my thoughts on how we attack these things and finding that duality in things. Going back to Star Wars, right? Like I love, and not a lot of people loved Rey. I loved Rey. I love that whole story. But she's somewhere between the light side and the dark side. And that ultimately is, in my opinion, the best way. Is you need both. You need that duality, right? You need to be compassionate and empathetic to yourself, right? But you also have to have high expectations and self-accountability. And know that the work is not going to get done unless you do it. But you're not alone. Love you guys. Be well. Talk to you soon. Thanks.